Good morning! In today's video, this is what you can expect. We arrived back at Boston. I shared the disembarkation process after my 7-day cruise on board the Norwegian Jade. We check into the Hampton Inn, literally right next to the cruise port. Then spend some time exploring the port area before walking downtown to take in Boston's beautiful architecture. I follow part of the Freedom Trail, stopping at highlights like the Old State House, Faneuil Hall, and even the Paul Revere statue before heading back to the hotel. And of course, I share my thoughts and honest review of the Jade and Norwegian Cruise Line, and whether I'd cruise with them again. Well, let's go and get this day started. There's the airport, and there's Boston. Time for the time lapse into Boston Port.
It is absolutely frigid out here, but we have just arrived in the Boston cruise port. I'm going to run downstairs now. We're going to get some breakfast. We've already packed. Get ready to vacate our cabins because cabins need to be vacated at 8 o'clock. Okay, in I go.
Okay, our last trip to the Grand Pacific dining room, and actually quite possibly the last trip anywhere on the ship until we're ready to go to the gangway. Now, as I have told you in the past, we do not do elevators, but today we will be doing an elevator because there's no way I'm carrying those suitcases down 3 flights of stairs. Now, let's go get breakfast, and then we will try to call up an elevator to deck 10 to get us down to deck 7 for disembarkation. Thank you. Good morning.
It is a good morning.
Thank you. Someplace different today. Nice. Thank you so much. This lovely table.
Okay, they must do a lighter menu for disembarkation day because this is different than the menus during the week.
Your cruise director, and welcome to Boston, Massachusetts. We are pleased to inform you that we have now a clearance from the local authorities, and we are now ready to start our disembarkation process this morning. At this time, we're calling all guests on the self-assist program. You may now disembark the vessel using the gangway located on deck 7-4. Please remember that you need to carry all your belongings with you.
Of course, we are self-disembarkation, but we aren't ready to go yet. We're going to finish breakfast in the empty room, and then we'll leave. To save time, we asked the waiter to bring everything at once. I'm having a lox bagel, fruit plate, and a yogurt parfait. Hello. We just finished breakfast and are now on our way back up to our cabin to finish packing up and head to the gangway for disembarkation. Okay, arriving on deck 10 for the final time. This is what the suite looks like. Cool. One hack we've learned on all our cruises, whether we use a duffel bag like we are here or a large roller bag, we usually keep a majority of our clothes on their hangers and place them in a foldable garment bag. We then can attach to our suitcase handle for easy maneuverability.
This keeps a suitcase weight below 50 pounds, as required by airlines, and allows ease of packing and unpacking as the clothes go from our closet at home to the garment bag, to the cruise ship cabin closet, to garment bag, and back to the closet at home. Of course, if the clothes do not need to be laundered.
Okay, let's go.
Doesn't matter.
We are riding an elevator. Wow, this is what it looks like in here.
Yellow and red colored luggage. All on deck 74.
Deck 7.
See the two gangway, keep your colored luggage tag has been folded to avoid congestion and delay during our disembarkation process.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Once again, we're hoping we wish you a safe and pleasant journey home.
It looks like some people did not settle their bills yesterday. You should always take care of that the day before the cruise ends, or you will have to take care of it before disembarking.
That was the lineup of people with wheelchair assist. Yeah, oh well.
See you later.
Wow, this is quick and easy. I thought we'd have a lineup getting off, but we don't. We walked right out the door. Of course, we haven't scanned our cards yet and gotten down the ramp. And Tim was right. We're behind all the wheelchairs. So we're going to be standing here a while they get all them off. Nice that it's all downhill.
We are now entering the port building.
Red checks, go down that way. Red, yellow, brown, orange, and green.
That's really cool. It's a moving sidewalk. It's not an escalator. Makes it really nice when you have luggage.
You have all your luggage right out this door. Take up your luggage before you leave. Once you go out, you cannot come back in. Green is not open.
If we had not done self-assist, we would have picked up our luggage in this area. We have our luggage, so we are free to head outside. Immigration was completed yesterday. This is where we came a week ago for embarkation, and it is where we will be coming again tomorrow when we board the Celebrity Eclipse for a 10-day repositioning cruise. I will be sharing more about that in the near future.
Disembarkation was a breeze. And as I said up on deck 7 when we came out, didn't really have to wait in line until we got out. If we'd have been a few minutes sooner, we probably wouldn't have had to wait at all. The group right before us was the one with all the wheelchairs and scooters. So that took a little bit more time once we got to the gangway itself.
And now we're going to go walk to the hotel and drop off our bags and then go tour Boston. We want to do the Freedom Trail today. This looks like all the shuttles and bus pickups here.
We're gonna move on. That tiered building over there is the Hampton Inn where we're gonna be staying. So that's where we're heading now. It's kind of nice because there's nobody getting on the ship. So that means there's not as many people out here today. They got us in already, so we are going to catch the elevators to our room.
7th floor.
You said 714? Okay. Here we are. Okay, nice room. Bathroom to the right. It's very nice. Looks clean. And then the sliding door goes over like this. And you have your safe and your closet space. And then the room. 2 double beds. And we have a city view. It is 8:30 in the morning and we are already checked in. That is pretty impressive. Such a lovely room, and they do have laundry facilities downstairs on listen to me, I still on the cruise ship. I'm also at deck 4 on the 4th floor, and it's $3 for wash and $3 for dry. So let's go find the laundry room. Guest laundry is straight ahead. There's ice. Guest laundry right here. Must use your key card. Here we are. Oh, good. They're front loaders. Huh. Means we can do both loads. That was easy enough. So we've got our laundry going now. It's going to be 30 minutes. So we're just going to go back up to the room and relax for 30 minutes. And then those dry washers are so big. We do not even need to do 2 loads. Just put them all in one. And I have color grabbing sheets. If you've never tried those, they are wonderful. You can do dark and light clothes together, and it catches all the color in the water, so it doesn't bleed. Your dark clothes don't bleed onto your light ones. So when you're traveling, that's important because you don't have as many clothes as you do at home necessarily, and you can do all at once. So, okay, back up to floor 7. I'm gonna relax a half an hour while we wait for the wash to get done. Okay, we are going to head out. We have gotten our laundry done, and I took a power nap, and we got the laundry all folded. Stuff that needs to air dry is hanging up. All that, and it's only 11 o'clock. So we're gonna run downstairs, find a place to watch the Norwegian Jade sailing out of port. Last week we took that route around because we did not know that you could come around this way.
Okay, we're gonna come around the corner here. I think we are the closest hotel to the cruise terminal. It's gonna be nice for tomorrow. There she is. There's the Jade, our home for the last week.
This is Terminal 2 at Boston's cruise port. That is where we arrived when we walked to the port from the hotels. If you are being dropped off at the terminal, you will arrive from this direction. Baggage drop-off is here. The door to the ship for embarkation is here. And down there is door C, the door you use on disembarkation day.
All the way down here is Terminal 1. If your ship comes into the Port of Boston for the day, this is where they will come in. Silver Sea is in port today. That is Black Falcon Pier. Okay, it is quite brisk here in Boston today. It's in the upper 50s. Of course, it feels like fall. Yeah, a lot of people come to Boston in the fall because of the pretty colors.
We don't know when the Jade is going to set sail, but it is getting too cold to wait. We're going to head back to the hotel and get some added layers and then go check out the Boston Freedom Trail. Nothing in Boston is cheap. One night here at this Hampton Inn costs about 1/4 of what we paid for the 7-night cruise on the NCL Jade. A hot cup of coffee for the road. While in Portland, Maine yesterday, we walked Portland's Freedom Trail. Today we are going to walk Boston's Freedom Trail. It is a 2.5-mile path that leads to 16 official historic sites.
Came this way on embarkation day last week. We are at the corner of Summer and Dry Dock, heading down Summer Street, and that will take us to downtown Boston area where the Freedom Trail, we'll pick up the Freedom Trail. Oh, here's the official sign, the Raymond Elfland Marine Park. Cool architecture in the convention center.
Miles and miles of the clear blue skies. We drive straight as a narrow flies. Nowhere to be, no dreams to chase tonight. We've got time to waste, let's waste it
Across the waterway is the Boston Tea Party Museum.
You and I, our heads up in the clouds. We caught up with the birds flying south. Nothing to see as the day turns into night. We've got time to waste, let's waste it right. We got time to waste, let's waste it right.
And we have arrived at Boston Commons. Boston Commons is a public park located here in downtown Boston and the starting point for the Freedom Trail.
If you're coming up Winter Street, run into Tremont. Across the street is the Boston Commons. Go to your left, and the National Park building is down here, and I know there are restrooms. We downloaded an app for the Freedom Trail, and I've got an earbud in my ear, my husband has one in his ear, and we are started here at the Boston Commons area. The first stop was actually that visitor center we were at, and now we're headed to the first stop after the visitor center.
Boston Commons is recognized as the oldest city park in the United States, covering 50 acres. Just up this path is the next stop on the Freedom Trail, the Massachusetts State House. We now need to head back towards Tremont Street, following the red brick trail, the Freedom Trail. I'm not going to show the entire Freedom Trail route today, otherwise this video would be way too long. However, I will share some highlights here. Enjoy the journey. We did not make it all the way to Bunker Hill. It is pretty windy and cold, and we are exhausted. Time to head back to the hotel because a warm shower and hot meal sounds pretty good right now. When we get back and settled, I will wrap up this video with a quick review of the NCL Jade and my first experience on board a Norwegian cruise as well. Well, this is it. The final segment of the vlog of our NCL Jade cruise. I do have my opinions of this cruise, the ship, and the cruise line as a whole. Since this is only one ship of the many NCL ships out there, and it is hard to make an educated judgment with just one 7-day cruise on one ship, I cannot say one way or another whether this is a great cruise line, great ship, or not. To do so would be unfair to NCL. I will say this, the staff were awesome, friendly, very helpful. The food was okay, but it did not have that wow factor. I love the freestyle cruising, the laid back feeling, especially open seating at dinner times. That was a plus for me. I like being able to do things when I want to do them. The cabin steward was nice and helpful, but we did not seem to interact with him much. I personally love to have the cabin cleaned a second time in the day and to have that turn down service that some of the other cruise lines do, and I missed it on this cruise. The captain was very personable and interacted with the guests, which I think is a plus. The ship itself is very beautiful and well laid out. Finally, I want to say that the ship is probably not the best ship for cold weather itineraries. The open pool deck is not good in cold weather, and when no one is able to use the pool decks, the public areas on the lower decks can get really crowded. Crowd issues also seem to be an issue in the buffet area as it was very small. Okay, I'm sure I have left some things out, but after all, this is clearly just my opinion. Take it for what it is worth. Will I be taking another NCL cruise? Well, I'm not going to say never, but I wasn't wowed to the point where I wanted to book another cruise. But who knows what will happen in the future, given the right itinerary and the right price. I hope you were able to glean some insight and information about the NCL Jade as you make plans for your next cruise vacation. Until next time, God bless and safe cruising out there.